Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about the new Ferrari manual.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars, and I'm sure you have seen the release video of the 12 Cilindri Manuale. I can't. Sorry, all you Italian people probably just cringed and cried a little. You're like, oh my God, what did he just say? Anyway, it's the 12-cylinder manual car, as they say. It's a manual, except it's not, sort of. And that's where it gets kind of weird. So let's talk all about this thing and figure out, is this good or bad? And do we want this or not? Before we do, real quick, like, share, and subscribe. And of course, go to normalguysupercar.com. ngsupercars.com, our dealership website, and our parts and services website, and we do appreciate all of your support. But all right, so what's my opinion on this thing? Because I got asked, I don't know, 30, 40 people were like, what's your opinion of the 12-cylinder Manuale? And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to do a video instead of responding to you all people. Randy, what do you think?
It's probably just the next evolution. It's probably unavoidable, you know? You get the amazing futuristic double clutch action, lightning fast gear changes, all that stuff. You might get a little bit better driver experience with the shift box. And, you know, we started out, we had a shift cable, and then we had hydraulics. And now we're going digital. So you'll have a potentiometer.
Yeah.
Pedal, no different than the throttle.
Throttle's all, yeah,
cable,
throttle's all throttle by wire.
All good. It'll be interesting. I think it's going to come down to how much does the driver's experience improve.
See, and that, right there.
The wheel, and then we'll know.
That is what I want to know. What is this thing like behind the wheel? So, in my opinion, is it a real manual? And I kind of think yes, sort of. I would say if they hadn't added the stupid automatic button, where basically you can put it in drive. So like, you've got 7 and 8 gear, right? So it's 6-speed manual with 7 and 8, because the DCT actually has 8 speeds. So if you put it in drive, it will shift all the way up to 7 and 8. But if you drive it in manual mode, it can only go to 6 because the last 2 gears are both overdrive. So if you're playing, it's a manual and you're shifting it. Now, I know a lot of people are like, it's not a real manual, and they conned us and da-da-da. And here's my thinking is, will this enhance the driving experience? And I think that has to be emphatically yes. It is better than clicking a paddle. Shifting gears and using your left foot, pushing a clutch, even if it's by wire, is still going to be more fun and more engaging than just
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What's your thoughts? Do you have thoughts?
I do, but to get my full opinion, I know this sounds crazy, but I want to drive it.
Yes.
Like, I want to see if it actually feels like a real manual. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't, I'm not interested at all. Even if it does, I'm still on the fence because...
But so here's my thinking. Hold your thoughts 1 second. Let's say it doesn't feel exactly like a manual, but would that be more fun to drive than just clicking a paddle?
No.
No.
Because that car's too fast. It revs too fast. It's 800 and something horsepower. I mean, you're going to have to be like going like that because it's too fast, and they're not going to change the gearing and the transmission for that car. So it's just going to be like, think about 430 or something. It's already revs pretty quick, and when you have to shift pretty quick, it's going to be double that horsepower.
Yeah, and the fast revs is a legit concern. I'm curious if they're going to.
That car revs to 9,500. So you have a little bit of extra time, but I don't think it's.
First gear would be like.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the problem, I think.
So you'll know if it's a real manual if someone can figure out a way to money shift it and blow up the gearbox.
You can't. I did read that. You cannot do that.
So is it going to prevent you from
Yes.
downshifting?
It actually has like a interlocking mechanism that blocks you from putting it in a gear
It seems like so much effort when they could have just put a manual gearbox in if that's
Sure.
what they really wanted to do.
I agree.
But again, to put a manual gearbox in that car that can hold up to that kind of power
The power is the problem, yeah.
is the problem. And if they have to like manufacture, like if you let the clutch out too fast and it stalls, like that's all going to be fake.
Is it though? I mean, if it's literally a potentiometer adjusting the clutch, how much the clutch engages based on your pedal throw. It's no different than if a hydraulic line was telling the clutch how much to engage or not.
Is the car gonna electronically just cut the throttle and like fake do the whole stutter thing so that it doesn't damage the transmission?
That's I don't know.
Because if you do that in a real manual,
So I would say it needs to be able to stall. Like if I can't stall it in first gear,
and not only that, if I'm parked on a hill, am I going to roll backwards when I press the clutch in? And
it better.
Am I going to smell clutch when I burn the clutch a little?
Well, you wouldn't smell clutch because it's a wet clutch.
I know. I'm just saying. Like
Most all your modern manuals still automatically have a hill hold.
Yeah, hill hold, but that's all brakes.
So you're not going to roll backwards. If they do allow
True.
it, that's just silly. Like
Yeah, that's true.
the
That's true.
advent of electronic.
That's actually valid because even the DCTs, if you release the brake,
AVH.
AVH, they actually. It's a really, I mean.
So like I said, I want to drive it and then I'll make up my mind if I like it or not.
So,
But us
I'm like it or
driving
not.
the chances are probably pretty slim.
Yeah, I know. Only 12, what is it? I think it's
So if
1,399.
anybody out there gets one, let us drive. We'll fly out and drive it.
Yeah. If you are on the list to get one of these Manuales, please call us and we'll buy a plane ticket and come out there and test drive it if you'll let us, because I am so curious.
Yeah, me too.
I'll put it this way. Unlike the Lucha, none of us are going, that thing.
Even if they brought one here, I would go look at it, but I don't want to drive it.
The Lucha?
Yeah.
I want to drive just because I want to see how bad it is. But the Manuale, I really want to drive it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited for it. And that's the thing. I think it brings excitement and it brings emotion and it's going to bring a driving experience
It brings not the excitement that I think it should be bringing. Like, if it was a real manual, I think the excitement would be totally different.
Oh, 100%. But it's more excitement than not being a manual.
Right.
Like, it.
We'll see. I hope it makes the click sounds. Like
It does.
Clickety clank.
That does.
Okay.
I definitely saw that in the video. Go watch the video on it.
I haven't watched the video.
I was like, when I saw the video on it, I'm like, okay, I was actually more interested in after seeing the
I
video.
haven't watched
But
the
it's
video.
still, it's just going to micro switches or like.
I know.
Like,
How does it handle 7th and 8th gear?
Yeah, you can't do it in the
So you
shifter.
go to 6th and then it's like overdrive or something?
No, you go to 6 and that's it. But then if you push drive, there's a button for drive.
Okay. That's.
So it basically.
Porsche did a 7-speed. I mean.
I know they've done 7-speed, but I think they maybe thought the gate would be too big. You know, just
it
be
would
like,
be a lot.
it's a lot of gate.
We've gone into the truck driver
You're
world.
like clank, 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 clank. I don't know. I mean, see, the fact that none of us are sitting here just immediately entirely crapping on it, to me says,
It's still naturally aspirated.
It's still-
V12 Ferrari. I mean,
see,
Not that good for it.
and it looks okay. I mean,
I
whether
don't have a problem with the V12 Ferraris at
yeah,
all.
well, and I think
Other than the 12 cylindry looks kind of.
it looks
Like a Hot
it looks
Wheels
weird in
car or
pictures. It
something.
looks really good in person,
I just don't like the back of it. I mean, whatever.
but it's better than the
But
Lucha.
if they can figure that out and put that in that car, they're going to put it in other cars too.
They put
Yeah.
Figure they'll do like a Testarossa manual and
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They put the bar so low that everything else just looks amazing.
That's probably what they're doing.
Actually, yeah, that's what the Lucha was for. So like we destroy our brand to the ground, and so that anything we do else after this is like, oh, it's not that bad. I don't know if I would call it a real manual, but it is kind of, because you can't. I believe I thought I saw you could actually stall it, which is interesting. And from a clutch perspective, anyway, having a potentiometer adjust the clutch engagement is no different than hydraulics adjusting the clutch engagement. If it behaves that way, like if it literally is like, oh yeah, you could put the clutch halfway down and fuck shit up. If you can do that, but then again, maybe the computers would just be like, hey, we're going to stop you from doing that because that's about to get really expensive.
Where does it intervene at is going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
Because they're going to have to protect the transmission.
they have to, yeah.
They're going to have to protect the engine.
And the clutch.
And like, yeah.
It's a good
You're
question.
definitely not going to shift as fast.
Like, can I rev the shit out of it, sidestep the clutch, and just do a gnarly burnout?
That would be cool. This is burnout mode. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing. All right.
If it can do that, that's one notch towards real manual,
Yeah.
in my opinion. If I can stall it and I can do a clutch drop, I would say that's a real manual.
You can do a gnarly burnout in it anyway. I don't think you need
Well, I know that much horsepower.
gate in the clutch.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if I can do a clutch drop,
I doubt it'll let it do it.
I don't know. We got to get a hold of one and test this out. Test out this theory. Well, obviously we're very curious about your thoughts, and I think people have lots of thoughts on this thing. Here's the thing: is I feel like most people are poo-pooing it because it's not a true manual, and in my opinion, I think this is actually a good thing because I think they're doing something that's exciting, it's interesting, and it is, even if it's not totally what us enthusiasts want, it's more of what us enthusiasts want. And the purpose of it is to enhance the driving experience. So for the first time in a while, Ferrari said, we don't care if it's faster, we care if you enjoy it more, which is what we want.
If it enhances the experience, that's going to be
Huge.
all positive.
I would rather be banging gears, even if it's electronic, than clicking a paddle.
Playing pretend, but it's still much more fun.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. What if I'm on a back road and I'm playing? Is it more fun to go click, click, click on the paddle, or is it more fun to go clutch, shift, even if it's the computer?
It depends.
What's the
But
tilt
I
on the
hope they don't
driving
make
setting?
it feel cheap.
No, they said they added quite a weight to it.
They have to make it feel
So
like
it-
one of these.
So they actually had a progressive weighting in the clutch, which was really hard, they said, to
The
design.
clutch and the shifter.
And the shifter.
The actual
Like it
It's gotta be all
springs.
metal and-
It is. And it springs right back to center.
What's the best video to watch?
Which one did I watch? Crap. Oh, Top Gear, I think.
Top Gear had one.
Yeah. Go watch their videos. I don't have any of their shit, obviously. They didn't invite us. They don't want us to come look at these things because they can't control our opinions. So Ferrari will never send us to one of their press releases. Anyway, let us know in the comments below. What are your opinions? Real manual or not? Is this heading at least in the right direction? Because let's be real. Currently, nothing was going towards this direction. Everything was 100% going towards less and less human control, more and more computers, more and more you can't do the things you maybe want to do. But I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. Someone please let us drive one. And we'll see you guys soon. So please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Check out normalguyssupercar.com and ngsupercars.com. We'll see you in the next video. We're going to do a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. Jamie says it's going to be sweet.